So to be honest, I probably should have made this video quite a long time ago, but I've been procrastinating it, and I just haven't put my foot down until today when I woke up and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna say this how it is, and my mental health and state of well-being is more important than my YouTube videos. And some people don't seem to realize that. A lot of people don't seem to realize that what I talk about here on my channel does in fact affect me, my mental state, how I'm feeling that day. It affects if I'm frustrated, irritated, annoyed. And what I mean by this is the topics that I talk about. You guys know me quite well. I have almost 900 videos. I talk about everything: religion, activism, video games, comics, movies, everything. And I enjoy doing that. But occasionally, actually about a year ago, I used to make videos all the time covering news topics, news that happened in the news of terrible things that people have done, and I used to talk about it. And a lot of people have noticed that I'm stemming away from talking about news stories, a specific type of news story. For example, 2 weeks ago, 2 girls have been charged with finding a rare turtle, species of turtle, and then pouring Vaseline and gasoline all over it, and lighting it on fire, poking at it, trying to kill it, saying, we want to kill this fucking little turtle. A little turtle! And they torture this animal to death. I was requested to talk about that. I watched the video, and I got teary-eyed, and I had to turn the video off, because it was too horrendous and disgusting to watch 2 young girls torture a fucking turtle to death, and kill it by burning it in its fucking shell. That is fucking messed up. I was requested to talk about that. I didn't do it. Why didn't I do it? Because it infuriates me. It angers me. It gets me in a bad mood. And I know that if I upload a video on my YouTube channel talking about it, it's not going to make me feel any better. If anything, it's going to get me more worked up. Another story someone requested me to do, actually, this one was probably the most requested. About a month ago, a teenage girl was at a party. She got, what's it called, when they spiked her drink. She was very, very young. I think she was 14 or 15. She got raped. She was passed out. These people took photos of her when she was passed out. And then, the people on Facebook and Twitter started making mock photos of her when she was passed out on the floor like this, passed out, and was raped. They started posting photos of themselves mocking her pose of when she was passed out and being raped. They mocked her pose. Her pose, guys. And people wanted me to talk about this. And I'm like, no. I can't do this all the time. Talking about this depressing shit, these deplorable acts of brutality and evil that these people do, you think I enjoy talking about that on a regular basis? I don't. Now, I'm not saying that I'm not going to cover news stories and stuff, because that's obviously not true. I do cover news stuff. But I'm not going to do it as frequent as people like. Because like any news story that comes out usually about rape or molestation or sexual abuse within the church, people are always throwing me these articles saying, talk about this, and you have to understand that it affects me. It really does. I'm a person too. You know, I know you watch me through a computer screen, and I may come across as someone who doesn't have emotion or doesn't have feelings because I'm an internet tough guy. I don't know what people think of me on the internet. But my point stands is that I'm a normal person who has emotions, feelings, and behaviors, and the things that I talk about affects my mental health, and my mental health is more important than the things that I talk about on YouTube. YouTube is a fun hobby, a job for me. A hobby that I loved that has turned into a job which I love. And with that job, I need to be careful on what I talk about and the things that I do and talk about on a regular basis because it affects me. And the last thing I want to do is get myself irritated, annoyed, frustrated, depressed, and try to deliver content when I'm really not in the mental state to be delivering that content sincerely, genuinely, and in a way in which I can come across effectively. I hope people understand that. A lot of people have been also upset about me that I'm stemming away from atheism. Like, I still talk about religion. I mean, I made a video yesterday talking about religion and Ken Ham. But, like, I'm not interested in defending atheism anymore. I'm an atheist. That's that. You know, that's as far as it goes. I'm not going to be making videos making apologetic arguments for atheism anymore. It's just, I'm not interested in it. I don't like seeing where atheism has been going, especially here on YouTube and Atheism Plus and stuff like that, and I'm just not interested in it. And people are upset by that. And if you're upset by that type of stuff, if you're upset that I'm not going to be making videos on atheism all the time, feel free to unsubscribe. I mean it. It's not going to bother me. I'm focusing my YouTube channel on things that I enjoy, things I want to talk about, and the things that interest me. I have a new series that is going to be coming up in the next couple months that I'm working on. It's called Who Is series. That is a series where I do an in-depth analysis of characters that you probably did or didn't know, and I do a whole talk about who they are, their biography, how they became the character they are. For example, my first video that I'm going to be doing is Who is Samus Aran from the Metroid series, and it's going to be an educational video on who the iconic first female antagonist of video games was, and that was Samus Aran. I'm going to be exploring that through a YouTube video. And comic book characters, Star Wars characters, so on and so forth. My YouTube channel is turning into what I want it to be, about my interests and passions. And if atheism and talking about stories that involve sexual abuse and molestation all the time, if that's what you want my channel to be, it's not going to be that. I'm sorry to disappoint you. My name is Daniel Soulswalk, also known as Mr. Repzion. Thank you guys for watching this video, and peace, the Rep out.